The Splatter Chatter Podcast. Episode number 40.
The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Splatter Chatter. Tim Meyer here. I got two gentlemen with me, as I do every week. One happens to be Chad Scanlon.
That's me.
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to be here?
I'm not unhappy to be here.
Well, that's good.
I'm
We wouldn't
okay.
want you to be unhappy, Chad.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm happy.
And Pete Draper in his Atlanta Braves t-shirt.
Hello, hello.
How dare you bring that filth into my house?
You're right. I brought a winning team T-shirt into a Mets
That's
household. Those
forgot
two
he's-
things have never met, and therefore are very hard for Tim to
Damn
comprehend.
you!
He's a Mets fan. I forgot.
Damn you.
It's hard being a Mets fan. And by the way,
It's very hard.
in case you're wondering if I'm happy to be here, no, I'm obligated to be here.
Wow.
Difference.
Are you obligated?
Yes.
I don't.
I'd say he's obligated.
I don't know.
I think he's at.
He
It's at
didn't
the
actually
point.
sign anything.
So I'll see you tomorrow. I think he's at the point where he's obligated.
He's not really obligated.
Not
I mean, we can.
contractually.
You threatened my life if I didn't come today. I'm
Well,
obligated.
That's true.
or we'd make him feel really bad.
I did send a band of ninjas to your house.
Yeah.
All right then. Shall we get the show on the road? Pete, do you have any peeves that you want? Are you pissed off about anything? Because you're generally an angry person, and we like to give you the floor for a couple of minutes so you can vent, so you don't end up going on a
This is good.
homicidal killing
It's for
spree.
the good of America, really.
Yeah, really. This is like the Purge.
Yes.
Except it's more interesting.
Whoa!
I have to agree with Pete on this one.
Did you see the sequel trailer for it?
Yeah.
Dude from our movie, what was that one? That's a possession one that we watched recently. The one with
Devil's
the
Due?
Devil's Due.
That's it,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
lead actor is the lead actor. In
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it after watching the first one. I was bored to tears.
It was probably the worst movie. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not the worst, because we already talked about that, but definitely one of
Touche.
the worst.
Damn, I don't know if it was that as bad as Pete's making it out to be, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm one
That's not
step
good.
above you. I don't think it's as bad as either of you are making it out to be, but I thought there was gonna be more Purge stuff than
Yeah.
like just a home invasion movie set against.
Oh, I
the
thought we were
Purge.
talking about Devil's Due still.
No, we were talking about the Purge.
Oh, the Purge?
We thought that's what we thought you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, no, I meant
that's-
Devil's Due when you brought that up.
Oh.
No, we
No.
switched back.
Devil's Due was like
That was just a mention.
a striking commentary
Yeah.
on a lot of different things.
Yeah,
and
Right.
keep up
really
with the
exposed
program.
Sorry.
A lot of societal issues, I thought.
Yeah, that was a heavy episode.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyway,
So Pete, angry? Not angry?
Yeah, a little angry. Well,
Shocker.
let me say, I was happy because I did get to see Liam Neeson in Taken 3. I mean, nonstop.
how was that? I want to see it.
You know, it's not a good plot at all.
Mhm.
It's really not. But if you want to see Liam Neeson doing awesome Liam Neeson stuff, thank you, Tim.
Whoa.
I usually do.
Get out of my head.
Whoa.
Then you are correct. It's a good movie
Cool.
in that regard.
All right.
But not a good plot.
No.
Not good acting surrounded by him. It's kind of just,
Was
Yeah.
it like Flight Plan, but with Liam Neeson?
No, it was better.
Hmm.
Because there's no Jodie Foster.
Ooh.
Not a fan of her in that movie.
As a whole, or just in that movie?
Actually, as a whole. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not one of my favorites.
I don't know, man. Movies that take place on a plane are hit or miss usually. You got good movies like Air Force One, and you have really bad movies like Snakes on a Plane.
I was actually going to go the exact same two examples, only the other way around.
Oh, really?
Snakes
you
on
like Snakes on a Plane more than Air Force One?
Nah, not really. But Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane has,
Good point,
I think,
Tim.
has a longer shelf life.
What?
Yeah.
Anything? I'll watch anything Gary Oldman in it over and 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 over again.
And Harrison Ford.
Gary Oldman's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. No one wants to give credit to Harrison Ford.
I'm about to say that Harrison
he did
Ford.
in Indiana Jones 4.
It's not his fault. He didn't write the script.
He participated in it. It's his fault.
That's the only redeeming quality of that movie.
Can either of you name real quick about Harrison Ford any movie that he's played a different character in than
Yes,
the one he plays every other time?
Yes, regarding Henry.
42.
42, I'll give you. That's about the only one I've never seen regarding Henry.
Regarding Henry, he plays a ruthless businessman / lawyer, I think, but ultimately he suffers some kind of trauma that ultimately gives him short or long-term memory loss, and therefore has to relearn his life.
And doesn't he end up like in Amish land or something? Or is that Witness?
That's Witness.
Okay. Okay, so we can think of two. Harrison Ford is like at one point one of the top of the A-list actors.
Very prolific.
And I've never seen him play another character except the guy from 42 and every other role he's ever been in.
I actually like 42. I watched that recently.
It's not bad. Anyway, real quick, I just realized that while I was watching 42, I'm like, oh, Harrison Ford is actually playing a different character than Han Solo / Indiana Jones / Jack Ryan /
I didn't even know it was Harrison Ford until like halfway in the movie. I'm like, holy shit, that's Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I know. Pete, now Pete has something to be angry about.
Pete's got the eyes of a wildebeest.
Oh, man. I got his blood up a little bit.
Oh, my God. He's turning.
It's not that I don't like him.
You
misunderstand. I love Han Solo and Indiana Jones and Jack Ryan and all his, franchise marquee roles, but it's just, I don't think they're very different from one another.
I'm just going to let that go. I'm just going to let that go because I have so many other things to hate about.
Okay.
I'm just going to let that go.
Maybe we'll revisit that some other time.
I think maybe we should.
Okay.
Because I think you will probably find how mistaken you really are.
I would love to be proven wrong because I respect the hell out of the guy.
Well, that's what I do. I prove people wrong.
Go ahead. Good.
Maybe we'll have an episode.
I think we just
might.
Yeah.
Just
maybe we will.
might.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
Okay, so I'm supposed to be angry about other things other than Chad's ridiculousness. What was I thinking about here? There were a lot of things that were bothering me recently. Oh, so I watched here. Hey, speaking of Harrison Ford, I watched Ender's Game based off a book that I really like by, God, what's his name?
I can't think of
Orson Scott Card or
Yeah.
Wow, what a letdown that was.
I heard that.
Awful. I wanted that, and it's not his fault. It's just they blew the movie. It's pretty close to a straight adaptation from the book, and yet it lacks the same. The word I'm trying to find the right word here. It lacks charisma. Doesn't make sense, but it lacks that same charisma that the book have. I'm not emotionally invested in that movie at all when I watch it. That's a big 0 in my book. I don't know what the hell happened there. I'm also aggravated that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio will never win an Oscar. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it at this point that he'll never win, despite the fact that he, I don't know, for the last decade has churned out excellent movie after excellent movie. I mean, what the hell does it take? I know the Oscars are political, but Jesus Christ, somebody give him a vote.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not personally upset about who did win, but I wish. It's like every year he seems to go up against Blood Diamond was 2008, and who did he go up against? Daniel Day-Lewis or something that year for There Will Be Blood. Like, how are you going to compete with that? That could have gone either way. But The Departed, Gangs of New York, like
Catch Me If You Can,
like so many good roles, and he just gets robbed every time.
The Aviator, which was a phenomenal movie.
I didn't really like that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Everybody in it was really good, I thought.
This is coming from the same. Nope. Gonna let that go. It was last week. Let it go.
It's in the past, Pete.
I know, but you aggravate the hell out of me.
Kate Blanchett's in that, right?
She plays an awesome Catherine Hepburn.
She was really good in it, but I didn't really like the rest of the movie.
I don't
know why.
It was impressive.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm clearly wrong, but I just...
All right, he admitted it. I'm feeling much better. That was close. I may have murdered you. But I'm going to let all of that rage go because perhaps tonight's podcast can...
right some wrongs?
Right some absolute wrongs, in my opinion.
Do some justice?
Like Batman, justice style.
Is that a segue into our topic?
Which is?
I don't know what we're actually calling this.
I was just going to call it the Oscars, the Splatter Chatter version.
Okay.
Or the
Brilliant.
Splatter Chatter edition of the Oscars, something like that.
Okay.
So
figure it out in post.
We'll figure it out. We'll get that in post.
Sure.
Okay, fantastic.
So Chad, this is kind of your brainchild.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something a little bit topical and a little bit, we try to stay within the boundaries of horror and sci-fi, and I'm oftentimes pushing that boundary. Case in point.
Very much so.
Well, because, sometimes it's hard to talk about that all the time.
Yes.
And the Oscars are kind of a big deal for everybody, but apparently you too. So that was last night, and I figured maybe we should talk about it. And then you said, well, here's a way we can actually angle it into something about us, which is to hold our own Oscars.
Yeah.
And name our own winners.
Why not do that?
And here we are today.
And here we are.
All right then. Now, here's where.
All right. So should I just
crazy here?
Well,
Because
we never actually.
I was under the interpretation that we were going to do just actress, actor, and movie, and then Chad comes over. He's like, "We gotta do adapted screenplay. We gotta do
Original screenplay.
We gotta do."
I even wanted best supporting actor and actress.
Best key grip, and I'm like, I don't have access to all this information.
I mean, it's right in your brain, where whatever's going on up there. But
Not much.
I mean, yeah, if you want to do 15 pieces of flair and do the bare minimum, fine. We'll just do 4. But I think we should extend it just to. I mean, you yourself and Peter as well. Fancy yourself writers. I figure you might respect the categories that involve writing a major motion picture.
Look,
He's fucking got us there, all right?
he does. He's got us by the
Short and curlies.
by the grapes.
Yeah.
So, I understand if you're not quite ready for those 2 categories.
I can do something.
Well, why don't we go with director first? Talk about best
also
director.
something I wasn't.
Oh, did we not? Did you still? That's 15 pieces. Of flair, huh?
I can do something.
Okay.
I can use.
You know what? Let's go with actor since we were there anyway, and I kind of have an idea of who maybe Pete might pick.
Oh, I have a pick.
Okay. So shall we start with best actor?
Let's do it. I do have a director actually.
Okay. And Pete, your winner for actor in a leading role.
That would be Batman from the Lego Movie. I'm kidding. I did see that movie. It's a lot of fun.
I heard it was. I want to see it really bad.
A lot of fun. Go out there. Bring your children to it. It's actually a lot of fun.
What if you don't have?
Yeah.
children?
What if I just go by myself?
Then it's perfectly acceptable because I went with.
That's like one movie you can't go see by yourself.
No, I went with
If you're
Tara.
by yourself.
that's safe.
You
But if I
can't.
go
You can't
there-
be a 30-year-old man and go to a Lego movie by
No,
yourself.
no.
in
If I
go there in a-
2014.
No, you
Yeah.
can't because I think that's automatic indication that you're a pedophile.
Yeah, you will be.
With my mustache and my white van, it's not going to be a good
Especially
idea.
when the van has no windows, it's
No,
all panels.
I know.
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
like,
no,
hey,
no.
I got Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, you can't go.
Yeah,
Chad.
don't do that.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
you're wearing that anklet anyway.
Yeah, I know.
That should be
I
a
know.
direct
That home
TV
monitors.
commercial.
A what? A DirecTV commercial? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
don't like.
Don't go see the Lego movie
Right,
if
right.
you have a mustache.
Is that DirecTV or is that?
I'm pretty sure it's direct TV.
Oh yeah, because it's if you're sick of cable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, other than Batman in the Lego Movie, Pete.
Yeah, he would have been a supporting role anyway. But I just wanted to note that he was there.
Fictional characters.
Fictional characters.
Yeah. So going into real life people that weren't, plastic Legos. I have selected for best actor none other than Leonardo DiCaprio for his role as Jay Gatsby in The Great Gatsby.
Oh, he rope-a-doped us there.
Whoa.
I was waiting for The Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, I mean that's an excellent movie, but I found this character because I've read the book, and because I'm a big. I really love it when somebody can capture a book or a character from a written piece of literature, whether it be a novel or maybe more popular fiction or even a comic book. I love it when actors or actresses can capture a character from somebody else's imagination in whatever format of writing and really bring that to screen. Case in point, the actor whose name escapes me, Jackie Early something. I can't really think of his name.
Jackie Earl Haley.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
When he did Rorschach for
Right.
Alan Moore's The Watchmen, I thought he did a phenomenal job, really caught that. And there's no better performance, I think, than that type of performance. When you can take something else somebody's written and really convey that in the right way.
In a different
really,
medium altogether.
exactly,
Yeah.
and really catch on what made that character so unique. Jay Gatsby is the epitome of an idealist, and Leonardo DiCaprio's performance caught that from the moment you see him on screen to the end. It's, for lack of a better term, picture perfect example. It really, really did the character justice. Now, I can't say the whole movie was perfect because they left out, I think, a little bit of theme in there that were important to the overall story when you read it, but definitely hit the nail on the head right there with Jay Gatsby. So, Leonardo DiCaprio, for what it's worth, there's your Oscar,
Oh,
and you
nice.
rightfully deserve it.
At this point, real quick, I should just mention that we chose all of our selections are out of movies we've seen.
Yes.
Which will most likely leave out a lot of the major Oscar nominees themselves because I've only seen a couple of them.
I know, I'm a slacker.
And Tim probably hasn't even seen those.
Yeah. That's
but
true. You're absolutely right.
That's why it's the Splatter Chatter edition.
Exactly. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
And so, Timothy.
I went in a different direction. I picked only horror movies because, like Chad previously mentioned, I haven't really seen a lot of Oscar-worthy movies. But that's not to say horror movies shouldn't be Oscar-worthy. I mean, they could be.
Sure. Silence of the Lambs.
Hell yeah.
Swept that year.
Swept.
Well, not about swept, but it did well.
All right, so actor, I have two.
You have to pick one.
I know I have to pick two.
You have to pick one.
I know I have to pick one, but I have two.
You can pick one and then give the other an honorable mention.
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go with then Elijah Wood in Maniac, which was a remake from an 80s movie. And it was disturbing. And Elijah Wood was utterly fantastic in it.
Okay.
A lot of it was shot from like a first person perspective. It's real. I don't. Pete's looking at me like I have a dick on my forehead.
You do, but I'm still also trying to.
But,
that's just your regular face. I'm sorry. No, continue.
Good one.
Burn. Good burn.
Good stuff. So yeah, I don't know. That movie was just interesting.
What's the name of this movie again?
It's called Maniac.
Maniac. Okay.
Yeah. Go check it out. It was actually free on FearNet for a while.
Oh, I can definitely look at it now.
But it's not there anymore, so you got to pay for it.
Never mind.
Never mind.
No, it's really good. And Elijah Wood is extremely creepy in it, and he's a maniac, so that's pretty awesome. I also have Matthew Good in this movie called Stoker.
I've heard of Stoker.
Which wasn't a great movie, but you guys know who Matthew Good is, right?
I do.
Ozymandias.
Yeah,
yes.
in The Watchmen. He plays like the main character's uncle, and he turns out to be like a serial killer, like a homicidal maniac.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, maniac.
Oh, not a coincidence at all with you,
but he pulled it off perfectly. He was really good in it.
Yeah.
And convincing. And he's like a weird actor, but I don't know. I like him. And he was good
I
in
like
it.
Matthew Good too. Yeah. He's a good actor.
So that's what I have for actor.
Well, I went more mainstream and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I saw that movie, I'd probably give it to Matthew McConaughey because I've heard all good things.
It was one of the
and I'm on a Matthew McConaughey kick right now.
Me too. And that was, I think that was part of there's a little bit of, I don't want to say grading on a curve or subjectivity, but like he can act. And that movie, despite Pete's misgivings, and that'll be something we'll talk about maybe next week. I think he proved it in this role. And the Academy loves a transformation, obviously, and he lost all that weight. But honestly, when it came down to it, you forget that it's him pretty quick. And he did a thoroughly good and convincing job. And I think the fact that it was him was especially made it even more special.
All right.
Yeah, and he was pretty entertaining, accepting the award too.
I didn't really watch much of the Academy Awards because I think it's a bunch of pretentious bullshit.
It is.
But I did catch his acceptance speech, and it was actually pretty good. And
Yeah.
I'm not one for, God or any of that stuff.
No, he did. I think he towed the line and
he did.
almost too much, but just pulled it back in time.
He was like believable though.
Right.
And,
It wasn't like he wasn't preaching it. He was just talking about himself.
yeah. I don't know. I was really impressed with that speech.
Yeah, it was good. Because it was entertaining. It wasn't drawn out. It was just the right amount, I thought, too. And
kudos to you, Matthew McConaughey, listener.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy that we gave him a pat on the back. Now he can fucking rest easy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to the director.
Okay, director.
Okay. Pete?
I don't want to start.
Tim?
Again, going by movies I've seen this year,
Mhm.
I'm going to go with Rob Zombie in Lords of Salem.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that movie wasn't even that good.
I liked that. And it wasn't great, but I liked it, and just the way it was shot was really cool.
I was gonna
and
say because people often forget that when you pick a best director, it should be for
it's
like a reason, not
yeah.
just the movie was good. That
the
means,
movie wasn't like mind blowing. And again, I'm only going for movies that I've seen.
Yeah, right.
So and I'm trying to stick to horror and not venture too far outside of that genre.
God forbid.
God forbid. But yeah, I don't know. I really like that movie for some reason, and I thought that it had the Rob Zombie touch on it. I think if it wasn't done by Rob Zombie, it could have probably been not as good.
Well, I can't imagine it not having the Rob Zombie touch, which is a unique, scope in any movie. So it's totally believable.
I thought it was cool. I don't know.
And Pete, do you have a director yet?
I do, and I think and I didn't realize this when I saw it in theaters, but I didn't like I know with being a director, you have a lot on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Michael Bay, who only has special effects. So
That's
always taking
pretty
a
accurate.
shot at Michael Bay
because he deserves it. And by the way, just little aside, I tolerate Matthew McConaughey more than I do most.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway, so when you're a director, you have a lot on your plate. And sometimes, that doesn't translate into everything that you hope the movie would be. Sometimes the performances just aren't there. Sometimes the shot itself or the scenes themselves aren't as crisp or right at the angles that you envision them. But ultimately, you're very, it's a lot of work, and it kind of the good directors separate themselves from the bad. You've got Peter Jacksons of the world. And you got some guy named George Lucas who somehow was a billionaire. I don't know.
I completely agree with that, 100%.
Somehow that guy's a billionaire, but
He did make a movie called Star Wars.
yeah, and I think that's why.
I don't think he directed it though.
The prequels he did, right?
The shitty ones.
Yeah.
He came up with the idea, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of coke heads in their binges come up with great ideas, and
Bill
very
Gates, I don't
imaginative.
actually think invented Windows itself, but yeah, he's the billionaire. I could be wrong. He may have invented Windows, but
Yeah.
or maybe he just invented Microsoft.
fuck it. For your argument, he didn't.
Good. Yeah. Damn right.
You guys had decks.
But when I saw this movie,
Mhm.
I have to. The reason why I get into this little aside is because I was not impressed with the actor and actress's portrayals in the movie. I didn't think it was anything special, but the way the movie was shot, how it was, portrayed on screen, the little things about how the camera work was done, it all kind of comes back to me now, and I'm like, hey, you know what? It was pretty well done. And I'm going with, and I hope I don't botch the name, is it Alfonso Cuarón? Cuarón.
Ooh.
From Gravity, which I actually think he won at the Oscars,
He did.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
He did.
so I'm going a little mainstream as well. But when I watch that movie and I reflect back on it, it's been a few months now.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done in terms of the camera work and the cinematography.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked is the camera work always felt like you're moving, which is what I me being an astronaut, not
Standard. Well, from your time and space,
right.
Of course.
What I believe he did was capture what it's like to be in space accurately.
Right.
Constant shifting and ups and downs, diagonals, just a constant, moving feeling, almost like you're in the ocean, which I think they actually train astronauts a lot in the ocean to kind of prepare them for what it's like to be
They
in
did
space.
it in Armageddon.
They do in Armageddon.
So I'm guessing that's true.
It must be true.
It has to be.
If Bruce Willis did it, it's true. In
Yeah.
fact, it's goddamn fact. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with that movie.
The director.
The director.
Yeah.
Because of what he did with Gravity. Despite some of the performances I thought were less than,
Yeah.
Oscar worthy, they were just okay.
Right.
Nothing to write home about. George Clooney isn't really anybody spectacular.
Not in that movie, no.
And Sandra Bullock, consistent, but, again, not like her Blind Side role, which I thought was significantly better. So, outside of that, I think he did a great job. There's a lot of tough picks, I think, in this category, especially for some of the stuff that's named at the Oscars. But
Yeah.
I think they did get this one right, and I would pick Alfonso Cuarón as well.
Cuarón.
I'm not
Cuarón.
even
It's like QW.
But they spell it with a C.
He's Hispanic.
Oh,
It's
I knew
Espanol.
Latino.
that. I knew that. That Alfonso should have
He's
given it away.
Latino. Sí.
Oh,
Yes.
like Quentin Tarantino.
See, exactly. Pete, I actually agree with you 100%, and that is my choice as well.
Excellent.
And I second everything you said. The only thing I'm going to add to it is the challenge. I think that, and this is almost the unfair disadvantage that like sci-fi movies have at the Oscars and movies with a lot of special effects, because not only is he doing everything you just said, but he's doing it with really just green screen. Like, there's no environment for him to have his actors interact with.
That's a great point.
And he has to envision them doing what they're doing and then envision another layer of what it's going to look like on screen while they're doing it.
That's a hell of a point.
So again,
Chad, you're very wise.
I see nothing wrong with taking into account like the task at hand when you're choosing, these winners, because that's more challenging than, Scorsese's one of the best directors ever, but Wolf of Wall Street, I'm sure he did a fantastic job, but like what really was challenging him the same way that, was challenging Alfonso Cuarón. And interestingly enough, I hate James Cameron as a director for the most part, or at least from a like critical standpoint. Like I love Aliens and Terminator 2 and everything, but like when he swept for Titanic, it was fucking retarded. And but Avatar, his ex-wife wins that year for Hurt Locker, and Avatar was actually just like this is similarly challenging because he's directing actors within a world that doesn't exist yet, and I think that's pretty difficult. It must be. I mean, I know I can do it. So
I think it's even more difficult though when you have something like with Avatar, it doesn't exist.
right.
So you could kind of suspend people's perceptions a little bit and say, oh, okay, well, we're in this fictional world, things work this way. But you're taking the space right above Earth where there's books that are written about it, there's facts about it. Now you have to kind of make people believe, well, that's what space is like. You have to kind of
I agree.
Take their perceived, their preconceived notion and say, look, we're really in space. I think that's even harder.
When I say it doesn't exist, I mean the green screen aspect of doesn't exist.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
You're interacting with the green screen, not like the setting that you're going to be in. But and he did Children of Men, I think.
Yes,
Poirot.
he did.
Oh, fantastic.
And Harry Potter 3.
I could do without. Although I love Gary Oldman in that.
3 or was it 4?
It was 3.
Are you sure about that?
99%.
Okay.
Positive.
So I like him a lot. I'm glad he finally won something.
Go see Children of Men, you bastards out there listening if you haven't. It's a
great movie.
Phenomenal.
Agreed. Moving on to what do you want to do next?
I have screenplays in mind.
All right, let's get them out of the way. So let's go with adapted. Best adapted screenplay.
Best adapted. Now this is based off of a previous work or a movie that like another movie, like a remake.
I don't know. I guess it could be, but they usually are more often based on books.
Based off books.
Yeah.
Fiction, autobiographical, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, because
this was on the fly. Go ahead. Give us your shitty pick.
Whoa. All right. Best adapted. I'm going to go with The Conjuring.
Oh, that was not an original?
It was based off a true story. That's where I don't.
Okay. No.
I don't know.
That's all right.
I think that'd be okay.
I'm sure there's
as an adapted or as an original?
Book.
As an adapted.
Yeah, as an adapted, right?
For our purposes, it's okay.
Okay. So The Conjuring. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Great movie. I wasn't expecting much from it because I've heard actually bad things going into it. So I was pleasantly surprised. I think it's one of the best movies this year. Great horror flick for those who like horror flicks.
I thought about this one for a lot of different categories.
You should.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
And then for adapt or original, I have VHS 2.
Interesting.
Because that movie is a lot of fun and it's pretty original.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Okay. I like both of your choices.
Thank you.
I approve.
Thank you.
Pete, how about you?
For adapted, I will not be selecting The Great Gatsby because I feel like that falls flat in many areas.
Okay.
And so while that is based off a great book by F. Scott Fitzgerald,
and despite Leonardo DiCaprio's great performance,
he saves that movie, I think, on his own. I think there's a lot of things missing. I can't pick that. And I can't pick The Hobbit for adaptation because it's a pure money thing at this point. And
right.
I'm mad at Peter Jackson for doing that. So that leaves me with what I think is the best adaptation, despite some of the stuff I don't like about it, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay.
I don't love the movie through and through. It wasn't I think in terms of DiCaprio performances, I think this is still an excellent movie to see. I think this is also still a great adaptation, but it's not my favorite. Aviator's still my favorite. But that's neither here nor there. In terms of adaptation, this is based off what I believe to be autobiographical work of one Jordan Belmont, and this reflects all about the inner workings of Wall Street and some of the less than stellar lifestyles that go on there. But really great job by Martin Scorsese. Touches on a lot of different aspects, and kind of brings some of the harsh reality of Wall Street to people that maybe are a little naive to it. It's really well done. It's really, really well done. It definitely keeps you entertained. definitely doesn't. I mean, it's like a 2.5, 3 hour movie,
Yeah,
but
I
I
heard
don't
that.
feel that way watching
Right.
it. I don't feel, and again, DiCaprio's performance is very good, so that keeps you in there. And Matthew McConaughey makes a nice supporting. He does a nice supporting role in there as well. And
I
there's a
heard
couple-
Jonah Hill was awesome in it too.
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Yes, very well done, Jonah Hill. He did a great job. And somebody who doesn't really do. This was a good role for him because it's kind of serious, but at the same time, he could bring his comedic aspect to it. So all of those pieces together, great adaptation. Martin Scorsese at his finest. Again, not my favorite Martin Scorsese, not my favorite DiCaprio role, but still a great movie. Definitely worth the
Price
10,
tag.
$12 I paid to go see it. Definitely worthy of something. And I'm a Leo fan, so I maybe a little biased.
No, hey.
But great movie, a lot of fun, good mix of comedy and seriousness and drama. Definitely.
Yeah, I want to see it. I definitely wanna see it.
Definitely worth seeing.
What about original?
Oh boy, original. Boy, because so many things that I'm thinking of are based off works already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard. So I'm going to go with the Lego movie.
It's not a bad choice.
I mean, in
Didn't
all...
that come out in 2014? though?
Oh, come on, give me
Oh,
It did.
Give me a break.
It did.
a break. Well, that's bullshit.
Boom.
Well, let me just say something about the Lego movie anyway. The Lego movie...
Can't get off this Lego movie.
I can't. Now, I'll tell you why I can't get off the Lego movie. Because it did something that I don't think anybody really realizes. And it touched a little bit on Orwell.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it touched a little bit on some of the stuff that, in its own way, it touched a little bit on these ideas that Orwell produced in 1984. So it's
like
got
that.
a big spot right here. And you got to be thinking about that. You got to just be, you got to be already have those ideas in your mind for those to appear. I don't want to ruin it. I want people to go and check it out for themselves, see if they think in the way I'm thinking. But I liked it for that reason. Fine. But if I had to pick something that's supposed to count, boy, so original here. I just actually had something while I was going on and on about the Lego movie. What was that movie, for God's sakes? I forgot now. Sitting here talking about the Lego movie, I forgot.
Maybe it'll come back to you.
Yeah. Honorable mention for adaptation would be Atlas Shrugged Part 2, just because that falls into the Orwell, post-apocalyptic, dystopian stuff, but it'll come back to me. Give me a few minutes. Go on to something else.
All right, well, I'll give you mine.
I got it.
Oh, good. Great.
Oh.
Grand. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry. I'm pretty sure this isn't based on anything, so I'm saying original. Silver Linings Playbook.
It is original.
That
Written by-
was last year, though.
yeah,
It was?
That was
Yeah,
2012.
That was 2012?
Mhm.
Oh, man. All right. All right. Skip me. I got to go. I got to think of something else here.
2013 was not a good year for original
Yeah.
screenplays
Yeah,
with Pete.
were there any? I mean, shoot.
Well, I'm glad what's his face actually won for best original screenplay.
Oh, Spike Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah. He,
Yeah, see, I
for
didn't
her,
see that. So
I know. I probably,
Yeah, I've heard only good things.
if I saw it, definitely probably.
I think, and yeah, I almost just picked that based on the fact that I'm sure it would be. But,
But you can't do that.
no, for original, I actually went inside our wheelhouse,
Oh shit.
and I went with Star Trek Into Darkness.
Whoa.
And here's why: because
You cheeky bastard.
it's almost not original because
It's not original. 'Cause
well-
it's based off previous work.
not really, because it's part of a new reinvented Star Trek universe,
Well,
which
that's-
happened in the first one.
That's where there's like a gray area.
But the way that this one, okay, you've never seen the original Star Trek II Wrath of Khan.
No.
Well, if you had, you would understand why this new universe and the way this movie was written and how it is affected by the changes
Mhm.
in J.J. Abrams' new Star Trek
Right.
is masterfully done. And I mean, it was entertaining, and the villain was very well written. And I'm actually, I wish, Pete, had you seen Star Trek Into Darkness?
Yes, I have.
Did you see the original Star Trek II Wrath of Khan?
I have not.
Neither of you fucking nerds have seen Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, arguably the best Star Trek movie ever, and just a flat out great movie. William Shatner's finest acting moment was in the end of Star Trek II.
I was probably doing something that requires being outside at the time. I'm sorry.
I thought William Shatner's greatest moment was in T.J. Hooker.
There's a lot of great moments in TJ Hooker for Shats.
Or
But
the Priceline negotiation.
Yeah,
I was going to say, the
those are
Priceline
excellent.
commercials are up there too, but
Those are great commercials.
yeah, so Star Trek Into Darkness, and then for original, or rather adapted, I was so torn between these two. I'm going with Lone Survivor. Mark Wahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's adapted, right?
Yeah.
Straight from the book.
Yeah, and yeah. Very, I mean,
Intense.
it is. It really is. And
I actually read that book.
oh, really?
Yeah. A while
I didn't
ago.
know. I mean, I knew I had a basic understanding of sort of the first half of the story, but the second half, sort of how he actually, like, survives and like that I didn't see coming. So, and I watched it unfold on screen. So obviously I didn't read the book, so I can't speak on both, but from the movie, and honorable mention goes to Captain Phillips, also a true story based on
Good movie.
a book.
Didn't see it. Surprise.
Oh.
It was good. And another movie where you kind of knew what most of what happened, but not everything, and then the stuff that you didn't know, the way it unfolded on screen was very suspenseful.
I heard the guy who plays like the bad guy,
The Somali pirate.
Yeah,
He was really good.
was he?
Yeah, I
heard he ad-libbed like a lot of it, and like that one line that's very popular where he's like, "I'm the captain now."
Mhm.
That was all ad-libbed.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because that was like the intensity of the movie basically begins there, and with the dynamic between him and Tom Hanks. And so he really did a good job for a complete unknown.
Yeah.
You know, to stand up. I mean, to go, you're on the same, floor as Tom Hanks,
Right?
One of the best ever, and he
I would shit
almost
myself.
stole the show.
If I was in the same room as Tom Hanks, I would probably just shit my pants.
Well, that's not going to make him a fan of yours.
No, definitely not.
Probably get your restraining order.
All right. So we got two
Kitchen
left.
fans.
Two left.
Just we'll keep going. And I'll come back.
All right.
Because I'm still thinking. Because I
Best-
watched a ton of movies in the last week, so I'm just trying to rattle them off in my head.
Best actress.
Actress!
This one was hard for me.
This one was pretty hard.
Best actress. See, I was gonna pick Jennifer Lawrence, but I've now been reminded that Silver's Lining Playbook was 2012, which to me doesn't feel like 2012.
You could pick her in that other movie.
She was supporting in that.
Oh, what she was supporting?
Mhm.
Well, we're not very specific because we don't have a supporting.
It's our own,
position.
however you fucking want to do it, man.
Well, I'll wait. I want to hear what everybody else has to pick.
Tim,
I'm going to go with Vera Farmiga
in The Conjuring.
in The Conjuring.
Not bad.
I thought her role in that was spectacular. She did a great acting job.
Which she usually does. She brings
does,
it.
yeah. She always brings it. Even movies that you mentioned before, like The Departed.
Mm-hmm.
She was really good in.
She's good and Up in the Air.
I never saw that movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's one of the few George Clooney movies that I actually like.
A few other things I've seen her in. That other movie with oh my god, The Orphan. She was in that.
I
movie.
never saw it.
That was a good movie. She was really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
She's good on that Bates Motel show. But I really love The Conjuring, so.
No, I'm behind that choice. I again stayed within our wheelhouse.
Oh,
And you're gonna be surprised about this one.
am I?
Yeah. I went
You're
with.
gonna blow my mind.
I think I am. I think I'm gonna make you proud here. I actually picked this and I was like, Tim's gonna be so happy. Sharni Vinson from Your Next.
Ooh,
Did you see Your Next? Did you
No.
see it? You didn't.
I know. I want to so
It was.
badly.
I mean, other than The Conjuring, it was probably the most marketable and commercially successful
way
horror
to
movie of the year.
spoil my shit because I'm just gonna say now. My best movie was The Conjuring, but I was gonna give Your Next an honorable mention because I heard it so fucking good.
And she plays a good, like, it's always the in the horror movies, always the heroine and the damsel in distress or whatever. But it was good. Her role was good, and I mean, honestly, it was more the character. But she didn't do like, I think it was kind of like hers to fuck up rather than make awesome. You know what I mean? But she was like, I walked away like, remember in The Descent when the main chick goes nuts and you're just like, holy shit, she's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. In a cool way. It was kind of like, not necessarily like that, but in that same kind of ballpark. And she was good.
I really want to see it.
You should.
I am. It's on my list. I know. I know.
should have already
I know.
seen it.
Everyone has said it is the best horror movie of the year.
Careful. Don't.
Everyone I've talked to is like, that's the best horror movie this
It's not. I pump the brakes a little bit, but it's good.
year. Yeah.
How about you, Pete? You have a best actress?
I do, but I'm just trying to make sure that I got the right movie here. Just double check.
I can't believe you already
Okay.
spoiled your best picture.
I know. Well, you did it to me.
I did not do it. All you had to say was, whatever.
Okay, I do have it. Emma Thompson from Saving Mr. Banks.
Ah.
Thought she played a great role in that.
Ooh.
Tom Hanks movie. He plays
Yeah.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And it's all about trying to bring Mary Poppins to the silver screen.
Right.
And she did a hell of a job playing the woman who wrote Mary Poppins. The name escapes me now. Very well known. But I can't remember her name now at this point. But damn, if that wasn't an interesting movie. And she captured a lot of great themes with her character and her portrayal too. It's not a movie that I think a lot of people.
P.L. Travers. Oh, the author of the book.
Yeah.
P.L. Travers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
It's not a movie that a lot of people sit down and, say, oh, it's like, it was like popular right away. It wasn't like, it's not filled with a lot of big names. I mean, yes, Tom Hanks is there and she's obviously well known, and Paul Giamatti played a supporting role, which he did a very nice job, by the way. And I would argue that, but he's worthy of an Oscar for that, or even Tobey Maguire, Gatsby. But anyway, she did a great job. Definitely, my favorite, because a lot of 2013 I felt like it's a really bad year for movies.
It was bad.
And so
year.
her performance not only shines in that regard, but it was actually very, very good. And it made the character memorable. And I think that's one thing that you have to look at. I think they look at, or maybe the Oscars are just solely political and they look at whoever can do what for them. That you got to look at when handing out an award. And she stood out for me. So I'm definitely saying Emma Thompson, well done. Absolutely deserved it. She carried that whole movie. So I would give it to her. The award, I mean.
You would give it to her.
Hi-oh.
You would give it to her.
And
Maybe.
while you're there, Pete, how about what's your best picture?
Oh, boy. Okay. I hate to repeat, but after thinking about it, I'm still going to go with the Lego movie. No, I think when you look at it, I mean, to me, it's all about DiCaprio in 2013. He's one of my favorites. Of course, the Liam Neeson movie I was talking about, Nonstop, came out in 2014, so I can't
Otherwise,
use that.
it would have been that.
It would have been
sure.
that, clearly.
Standard.
But, it comes down to me, either it comes down to the Great Gatsby or Wolf of Wall Street. And at the end of the day, for the same reason that I couldn't pick Gatsby for Best Adaptation, I can't pick it for Best Picture. It didn't really portray the novel and all of its themes appropriately, or conveyed it to an audience in such a way that it would have stuck with them. And I think that's the problem. You could simplify the themes that it talks on in Great Gatsby, and it did some, but not all. And it left a lot out. Gotta give it to Wolf of Wall Street. Its message was clear from the beginning. It was clear at the end. And the ending really makes the whole movie kind of go full circle. And I don't want to give it away, of course, for people still out there, maybe, haven't got a chance to see it. Absolutely worth your time in terms of being the best picture of the year. Should have won Best Picture of the Year, which it did not.
No, it didn't.
But should have won, in my opinion. So I would definitely pick that.
And Tim, we know what yours is.
The Conjuring.
Oh, wow. Pomp and circumstance over there.
Great fucking movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
No, it did. It was fun.
It was a pleasant surprise because, I don't know, we talked about James Wan before,
Yeah.
or Wan, however you want to say his last name. And, with his movies, you kind of get the same thing over and over and over again. The Conjuring was just a little bit different.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it, but it was also like it felt very nostalgic and like almost a throwback to a good haunted house movie.
Exactly.
And it was like refreshing because I don't think we've seen a good haunted house movie in a long time.
It was just, even the way the whole haunting comes about is different, and just the perspective where it's like two different sides of it. You get like the family, which is, it reminded me a lot of like Poltergeist in a way.
Right.
Because you get like the family aspect, and then you get the clairvoyant character,
the investigators.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just kind of a cool way to blend how the two come together, and lots of twists and turns. Good stuff. Good fun. Good fun for all.
Good, clean family fun.
Yes. And like I said, I haven't seen it. I want to, but I've heard your next is like the best. So
it was good.
I haven't seen it either, so
I want to see it.
Wouldn't really get an honorable mention for me, but I I would my pick was Lone Survivor again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was I don't know how this movie didn't get any nominations because it really was like it was intense but it wasn't just it wasn't like violence for the sake of violence and a war movie for the sake of a war movie. It was very the brotherhood aspect of the SEALs, I think they were.
Mm-hmm.
And their relationship and just how in your face and intense and suspenseful the movie was, again, for something where by the title what happens, you know what I mean, or at least kind of who lives and who dies, and going in what's going to happen, and you're still entertained the whole time. The way it was shot, Peter Berg, so it's obviously very like in your face and there's a lot of movement and a lot of in your face shots, but it was just so intense. And I picked mine based on how I felt leaving the theater, and that was the one where I felt like the most. I don't want to say it moved me, but like where I felt like the most affected, emotionally affected by a movie. And I mean, in the same vein, like honestly, one of my honorable mentions is World War Z for that reason. I was purely entertained.
Oh my god.
And then Captain Phillips would be another honorable mention, but Lone Survivor, dark horse, and really should be seen by all.
I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I read the book, and that was it was engrossing. Like I'm not a huge fan of war movies or even, that whole thing. But it was entertaining, and you really are emotionally invested in it. Yeah,
that's I think what was surprising about it. Like take something like Gravity. I wasn't emotionally invested in the characters. I didn't care. The fact that, she's stuck in space was more interesting to me than who was stuck in space. Whereas these guys, they're stuck in a situation that they can't get out of, and I care about each one of them. And, they care about each other, and that relationship and the bond was established thoroughly in very little time, but right away, and like you're already invested in the characters. And then just harrowing is the word I would choose to describe. And you read the book, so you would know better than me if you saw the movie, the accuracy of it. But it was just scary.
Yeah. I don't know why that didn't garner
surprising,
more attention.
Right? Because if you look at the last, when did Hurt Locker come out? 2010?
Yeah, probably about that.
Somewhere
10 or
around
11.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, that...
Maybe even 9, I don't know. Somewhere around there.
That one, and, she won for it. And then Zero Dark 30 was nominated a lot. So it's weird because usually war movies, when they're done in, I don't want to say an artistic way, like obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger war movies usually aren't held in high regard, but right. Saving Private Ryan is.
Or Bruce Willis war movies.
Right. I mean, The Expendables 2 isn't going to get nominated, but it was surprising that Lone Survivor got no attention.
Got none. I didn't even hear it mentioned.
Surprising, but.
I don't know. Maybe because I had Marky Mark in it.
Oh, what's wrong with Marky Mark?
Whoa. Nothing. I like Marky Mark.
Yeah. Damn right you do.
He was in The Happening, which is the greatest movie ever.
Oh, boy. Tune in last week for Why
Just
The Happening.
Just kidding, Pete.
You're asking to die. That's what you're asking for.
I'm trying to build up his rage so he pops like a pimple.
So that's our
Oscars. Whoa.
I wasn't done.
I know who's your best actress.
I said that already.
Oh, you did?
You
did?
Thompson.
Oh, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Was your best original?
We weren't paying attention.
That's the one we forgot to do for me because I had to think about it. It's easy to pick Gravity, I think, because that's an original. But I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm picking Now You See Me.
Really?
Yeah. I like that movie from an entertainment standpoint.
Okay, I'll give you that. Well, it was a heist movie. Heist movies are usually fun.
Yeah, and it definitely was. And everybody in it, the actors and actresses, you got Jesse Eisenberg, you got Woody Harrelson.
Mark Ruffalo.
You got Mark Ruffalo. You got...
James Franco's brother.
Yes, him, but... Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah?
You've got... is that James Cronwell? No, that's Michael Caine. You got Michael Caine. And,
star-studded, you're right.
Yeah, and who's the big female lead here? It's escaping me for a second. Isla Fisher.
Yeah.
Or Isla Fisher, whatever her name is. Yeah. A lot of fun. Not like, Oscar-worthy in any other regard, but it's a fun, original movie that I'd never seen before. Never seen a heist movie with magicians and stuff like that and people trying to sort it all out. I thought it was fun.
Okay. Hey, listen, you know me. Anything that entertains is fine in my book. I like your pick.
That movie sucked.
Thanks for chiming in, Tim. You
Excellent.
Just go back to being quiet.
You know
for
what
a
else sucked? Your birth.
Whoa. That's the anniversary.
Ask your mother. I'm sure it was painful.
It's a week
Probably
away.
did suck for her.
Isn't it?
What?
I said the anniversary of which is a week away.
Yeah, I know.
Your
Crazy.
birth?
My birthing day.
I'm busy that day.
We're going to be what, like 30?
No, I'm not as old as you. Chad.
No,
Fuck off.
32. He's older.
Oh, yes. Nice.
No,
Damn it.
Practically decrepit.
not 30 yet. I'm not that old.
Wow. It's not that
That gray
old.
hair and receding hairline says otherwise.
Oh,
Ooh, actually, that's one thing I don't have is a receding
No, you
hairline.
don't. I'm just kidding.
whatever.
But-
Neither do I.
Whoa, this is the bald man in the room.
Whatever.
He has
It's
hair.
mean.
How did we end
I
up
don't know.
making
I don't know.
fun
But
of
you know
each
what?
other's faces and
I
shit?
want to thank you guys for sticking with a topic that's not usual and talks about
I had fun.
I don't know, movies as a whole instead of just one specific genre. Thank you guys. I appreciate your
Yeah, it was
patience.
fun.
It's I like it. I like going off topic for things.
Okay, well I will
only-
continue to try and push the envelope.
I
I
can
know
only
you do.
imagine what this trivia is going to get us into.
Oh, trivia.
Oh shitballs.
Ah, well,
Oh hi.
Hi, this is your producer. I have several basic Oscar questions related
None of
to.
which I know.
7?
I have
Several.
several.
Oh.
Related to this year
Ooh, my
and
bad.
you're
previous.
literally
years.
right next to each other.
Hey Chad.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay.
What Best Picture nominee was directed by Stephen Frears?
This year?
Yes.
Ooh.
Best picture nominee. Boy, you're supposed to know this. Boy, I don't know.
I have a guess.
I have a guess.
I would guess.
I'm gonna go with Philomena.
Ooh.
That's boy, that
Ooh.
throw me off now.
I'm gonna go Dallas Buyers Club.
I was going 12 Years a Slave.
I know that
No.
those are both wrong.
Philomena.
It is nice.
Oh, see, I don't know.
12 Years a Slave is directed by
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's a three.
Steve McQueen.
No, it's 12 Years a Slave was Steve McQueen. Dallas Buyers Club was.
Yeah, I don't know who directed Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, you
That's why-
said. I'm sorry. I misheard you.
It's okay.
What,
I'm old.
what 2014 Best Actress nominee was also in The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug?
2013.
What Best
Oh,
Actress
for the two-
nominee
okay.
this year
I got you,
was
okay.
also in The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug?
Okay, I think I got an answer.
That's kind of a softball.
Really?
Yeah. You're sounding stupid
How
right
the
now.
fuck do I not know this? We watched this movie together.
Well, it's
Yes.
not too long ago that we did this.
I know.
Go on, pick Kate from Lost.
Oh, I know who it is.
There you
You
go.
just gave it away.
I had to. It's too easy.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, it's Kate Blanchett.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't deserve that.
No, you don't.
But I
What?
still got it anyway.
What brand of pizza was delivered to the Oscars this year and handed out to the actors?
I missed that.
Boy, I heard
saw the-
about it, but I don't.
I saw the money being collected, but I missed the actual
I gotta
pizza.
guess. Who the hell? Like,
What brand?
Yeah,
Yes.
what company?
Savaros?
the longest time I used to call that place sombreros, even though it's not how you spell it.
There's not even a
close.
sombrero on the
No,
logo.
but it would be
Oh.
better if it was that.
I mean, are you going with? It's
No,
a-
I'm not going with that.
No, it's a 50-50 shot, though, right? You're going with one of the.
I'm
It's
going
gotta
with
be like one of 4 places.
I'm going with Pizza Hut.
I'm going with Papa John's.
Big Mama, Big Papa.
Well,
Wow.
okay. Hey, I said Papa John. That's close.
Close, but no pizza.
What winning actress in history is the only person to have both parents also win Oscars?
Ooh,
Wow.
what winning actress in. Wait, see, can I hear it one more time?
What winning actress in the history of Oscars
I got it.
is the only person to have both parents also win Oscars?
Boy, I'm supposed to know something about somebody.
Wait.
Boy, I don't know.
Both parents?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta
What the
guess.
fuck? I forget her name. Ugh.
Well, think of the people that were there.
No.
I have a solid guess, but no, it's not even that good.
Wait, can you repeat it?
Basically, what actress who won an Oscar also has both parents who have won Oscars?
Oh my god, what's her name? It's like I can see her face.
Describe it.
Describe the face.
Yeah, we'll give you a
There's
half a point.
flesh and a nose and some eyeballs. A
Some
mouth.
eyeballs? Are there two?
There's
or?
2 of them
Okay.
actually. Believe it or not, there's 2 eyeballs.
Well,
No, nothing on that.
I know it's just that it was very non-specific.
I don't even know her first name. I just can't think of her last
Does
name.
anyone actually know?
I
have a guess.
I'm like
I'm not
51%.
claiming I know.
51.
I am under 51% sure.
Pete, go first.
All right, I'm gonna say Meryl Streep.
I can't think of her fucking name.
What, do you have a first name?
Kate.
You're not thinking Kate Hudson, are you?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good guess.
I want points for that if he gets it right.
I'm going to say Fonda.
Liza Minnelli.
Ooh.
Oh, she was there and she did win. What did she win? It doesn't
cares?
matter.
Who cares?
I agree.
What is a sequel movie? There's only 2 sequel movies to win Best Picture. One was Lord of the Rings, and what was the other one?
Oh, you guys are horrible.
Well, looks like Chad knows the Oscars.
It's the only best picture.
2 sequel
Yes.
movies won Best Picture. One was Lord of the Rings, and what was the other?
Now you've confounded me.
Okay. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is a sequel,
Yeah.
and it won Best Picture.
What is the other?
There's
movie?
another movie.
I understand the question, jackass. I just
Oh.
don't know the answer.
Well, you said we're confused
No, I'm
again.
just confused that I thought I knew the
Oh.
answer, but then it was retold and
I got you.
Can I have a decade?
No.
No.
Sorry, that's the producer's job, but I strongly disagree.
It's noted.
best picture. God,
Man, people out there are screaming right now.
are they?
Yeah, this is.
I'm supposed to know this. Aren't I?
Yeah, really.
I feel like once you say
Yeah,
it,
it's gonna
I'll
be
like,
so obvious.
oh,
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say whatever I want.
Think of a good sequel.
I have a good sequel.
I have
I
a
just
good-
don't know if it won an Oscar.
I have a good sequel
All right,
too.
go ahead,
and I
then.
know for a fact it didn't win an Oscar.
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
I was gonna say that.
I might have won an Oscar for something.
Should've
but
won
not Best
something.
Picture.
That's why I was confused.
Should be Best Picture. 'cause it
The
was
Godfather
excellent.
Part 2.
Godfather Part 2.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
of course.
3 animated movies have been nominated for Best Picture. Up, Toy Story 3, and what was the other one? From the 90s.
So the Lego
What were they
movie's
again?
out.
Up, Toy Story 3, and...
No, what was the question again?
3 animated movies have been nominated for Best Picture.
Okay, I have a guess, but I don't know if it falls.
It's from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Up, Toy Story 3, and one other one.
that's tough.
I'm going Lion King.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good guess.
Makes me second think mine.
Double
Double think.
thing. Oh, that's an Orwell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
did
84
it.
reference right
Yeah.
there. You're just all up in the Lego movie because we're talking about animated movies and you were talking about Orwell.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like what you did. Shit. I still don't have a guess. Oh, I got it.
Oh, wow.
Do you know it for
No, I have a guess.
Oh,
I have a
Ted
guess.
always does that. I have no idea. Oh, got it.
It's not it.
What
I
was
have
your guess?
Lion King.
Lion King?
I mean, technically it is animation. I was gonna say The Nightmare Before Christmas.
ants.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
Boo!
My second
We're-
guess was Aladdin.
We're stupid.
Without
We
going
should have known
over,
that. Fuck this game.
You're winning.
how many times was the F word used in The Wolf of Wall Street?
Ooh, without going over.
Oh boy,
Pete, can you please guess first?
I'm gonna guess, but I don't know if I kept track. And even 70.
86.
You guys are right where I want. I don't know if I should go. I'll go 71.
Who had the highest? 544.
Whoa!
No way!
I was gonna say.
No
I was gonna
way!
say 112, but then Pete really lowballed it.
And
I
you
was-
saw it, didn't you?
Yeah.
544.
No
Wow.
way. I'm counting the next time I watch it. I don't believe that.
Drink every time.
Yep.
Little
Um,
tipsy. If you,
What woman won Best Actress in the 90s for a transgender role?
in the 90s.
Let's see.
Well, it's not
Robin Williams
Sleepaway
played
Camp.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Woman.
so-
Woman.
Oh, woman. So that Robin Williams is
What
Mrs.
woman
Doubtfire.
won
wouldn't
Best
count.
Actress in the 90s for a transgender role?
What woman in the 90s?
Ooh. Where's Taylor Livingston when you need him?
Oh, God. He would be all over. If he's listening, he'll fucking kill us all.
You guys are so stupid.
How do you not know that? My best Taylor gang impression.
I don't know.
I know this, but I can't think of who.
Is this a movie we've seen?
I'm just gonna say Winona Ryder because it sounds like it might be her.
Oh, that's a good guess at least.
I have no idea. She was popular in the 90s, right?
I'm gonna say who looks like a man.
Oh, wow.
I want to say
Cher?
Jodie Foster.
Tony Collette?
Hilary Swank.
Oh, that's another good one.
For
Boys
Don't Cry.
Yeah.
What was the first color film to win Best Picture?
Is that racist?
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, is it? Best colored film.
I have a guess.
I'll just say it's a very popular old movie.
Yeah, I think I'm torn between two, but
All right,
Very-
I have a
Casablanca?
go ahead, Pete.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Gone with the Wind.
That was the other one.
Oh!
God damn it.
Damn it. That was the other one I was thinking of.
Whoever comes closest to this number.
Nice.
What year was the first televised Oscar ceremony?
Televised?
Without going over?
Without going over. No, just closest.
Oh, okay. 65.
49.
41.
53.
Damn.
Really? That early?
What Best Picture nominee this year? Hold on, how should I rephrase this? What script from this year's Best Picture nominee was turned down 137 times by studios and financiers? Financers?
Can you repeat it?
What Best Picture nominee script was turned down 137 times?
Nominated?
Yeah, Best Picture nominee this year.
Huh.
The actors actually had to fund some of it.
Got it.
The only thing that comes to mind is 12 Years a Slave.
Same for me.
I'm saying Gravity.
No, Texas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah, Dallas Buyers Club.
I know why you're thinking 12 years.
This is
'Cause
Brad Pitt.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
What is the lowest grossing film ever to win a Best Picture Oscar?
The lowest
Lowest grossing film ever.
to win an Oscar
Yes.
Monos, The Hands of Fate.
for Best Picture, or
And it's
just
not like an old movie. It's something you guys would know.
like to win Best Picture?
Holy
or...
shit! How many times do you have to hear it?
No.
Sorry.
To
So,
win
I'm
an
sorry.
Oscar is very vague. They could win an Oscar
I thought she
for
said
art
Best
direction.
Picture.
Best Picture.
Oh, okay.
Best Picture, lowest grossing film in the last decade.
Oh,
Hurt Locker.
I was thinking Hurt Locker too. And I'm trying now to.
Gonna be a copycat. You can
Shut
pick it.
the fuck up. I don't know if I want to say that. I can't now. I can't think of anything but that now. Thanks a lot.
That's why you guys never want to go first. And I'm always like, well,
No.
if I go first and I say the right thing, maybe they'll think I'm saying the wrong thing, and then or that you guys don't want to
Hurt
pick
Locker.
that.
Going with the Hurt Locker.
Fuck you, Chad.
Oh.
Sky Captain in the World is Tomorrow.
Hurt Locker.
Oh,
Nice.
you're
Thanks,
welcome,
Tim. Thank you.
fucker.
Oh, listen, it was on my radar.
Yeah.
This year, what color were Pharrell's shiny shoes in his performance of I'm Happy?
Oh God, I didn't see this
Oh, we're
part.
supposed to watch the Oscars for this? Oh boy.
Yeah.
You guys don't know who sings that?
I know who Pharrell is. I saw him. The whole pizza thing. He
Oh,
was
wait,
his
what
hat.
was-
They were collecting the money
What
in.
was the question again?
What color were his shiny shoes during his
Oh.
performance?
Fuck.
Have a guess.
It's one of like. Oh, is it a primary color or?
Not that you would know what that is.
Is it?
Probably. It's not something like chartreuse.
Burgundy. It's not burgundy or. I'm gonna go purple.
Silver.
Yellow.
Red.
Damn! That's the only one that got a primary color.
What percentage of the movie Gravity consisted of CG work? Closest.
What percentage?
Yes.
88.
Give you an idea, Avatar was 60%. What was Gravity?
75%.
82.
83%.
80. Got it.
Fuck. I was going one off of you too. If I just went under.
Tim, you just won.
Oh,
That was the last question?
Yeah.
Thank
Oh.
God.
Man,
Eat it, bone smokers.
you smoke bone.
I will not.
Wait.
I will not smoke bone and or eat it.
Wait. Whoa. Pump the brakes. What just happened?
Well, I hope you know what topic you're
I
picking
do
next
know
week.
what topic. We just got to get somebody here to watch a certain something.
I'm not doing it.
Oh,
Wow.
you can set next week
Pizza.
up then.
You're obligated to do
I
it.
know.
You're contractually obligated.
This contract sucks. I'm gonna breach it.
We'll sue you and then
For what?
hire you.
Yeah.
to-
To renegotiate your own contract.
Fine.
Fine, I'll do it.
No,
but I don't want to.
No, we'll renegotiate my own contract. I get nothing, so therefore, what? I get something now? This will be much better.
Okay.
All
Might
right.
not be much, but
Hey, something is better than nothing.
Well, that was our Oscar episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you didn't, go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourself, Matthew McConaughey. You stole everything from Leonardo DiCaprio, who rightly deserves it.
Whoa. We'll get into that next week.
we will talk about that next week.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.